Welcome back. Abracadabra. Whoosh, and the cat has disappeared with a bit of frame movement. So, we'd like to welcome you back. It is Tuesday afternoon. It is January the 10th, 2023, and it is another edition of New Guitar Day. With a story, and who doesn't like a story with a new guitar day? Anyways, this is my second IYV ITF-300. At least I think that's what it is. This is the Telecaster thin line with the spalted maple top. And you may be asking yourself, why do you have another one of these? Well, here's the story. As I pull the guitar out of frame and cut the tape. The first one that I ordered had some cosmetic issues, nothing too serious, but I thought they were worth mentioning to the seller. So I contacted the seller and mentioned my concerns about the cosmetic issues. And because I believe this guitar was taken off of Amazon and sold in bulk to a liquidator, that's who I got the guitar from, and they sell all kinds of things, but they're not primarily a music store, and I think basically they just didn't want to deal with the hassle of returning the guitar. I didn't even suggest that I return the guitar, I just asked what the options were, and they basically just said, well, keep the guitar and we'll give you a refund, and I was like, okay, that sounds reasonable. So that's what I did. Oh, this one's a much darker version, and it's actually quite lovely as well. We're going to look at the cosmetic issues that the first one had. You know, it's pretty much the same thing. There's some rough edges on the binding on the F-hole. The exterior binding looks nice. I've seen some others that had some issues there. The back on this one looks a little darker. It's got a little bump there. But again, all things considered, fret-ins on this one feel much nicer than the other one. I had to take a file to the other one. It does have a little ding in the body here, but you know, not worth mentioning, considering that I got both guitars for $50 a piece. They did a better job of centering the strap button. The other one, it's a little over there. Controls. Yeah. So there you go. So what we're going to do, let's just take a closer look at this. This one is darker. It's got a nice pattern to it. It's certainly not over the top. Some of the ones I've seen have just been really crazy. So real quickly, not to bore you, but this was ordered last week. You can see what did that. It was a bolt in the box, and that's exactly what did that. This bolt was in the box, sticking up, and it did a tiny little gouge on the guitar. Okay. Other than that, you know, we'll take a look at it. But anyway, so here's the story. The bolt. So they shipped it last week. It was supposed to be delivered on Saturday. Wait around all day on Saturday. Saturday afternoon, I get a notification from FedEx saying operational delay. Will be delivered the next business day. Well, FedEx ground home delivery delivers 7 days a week. So in my mind, that means it will be delivered on Sunday. But no, it's not delivered on Sunday. So I wait Sunday, doesn't come on Sunday, get a notification Sunday evening, your guitar will be delivered on Monday. Woo-hoo! Monday comes. The day passes slowly. FedEx trucks drive by, no one stops at my house. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. FedEx delivery notification, there's been a delay, a weather delay. So I walk outside, it's not raining, it's It's not snowing. It's not windy. For January, early January here, it's 40 degrees. It's like, okay, what's the problem? Okay, so now they're going to deliver it on Tuesday. We'll continue the story. Anyways, bottom line is they delivered it today, but it was just a pain in the butt, and FedEx sucks. And they know they suck, and getting a hold of anyone to tell them they suck sucks. So it's just a big suck fest. And if you go online and look at people complaining about FedEx, there's a billion complaints. People just complaining right, left. Yes, they're all first world problems. Wah, wah, wah. Poor us. But the bottom line is they could do a much, much better job, and they don't seem to care. But all's well that ends well. The guitar showed up. Tiny bit of damage. If that stupid freaking bolt wouldn't have got stuck in the back of the box, this guitar would be near perfect. But again, I'm not going to sweat a tiny cosmetic issue. So we're going to go stretch the strings, tune it up, and we shall be back. Okay, we're back. I just played it for 3 songs, and very pleased with it. It's too bad that that stupid bolt got stuck in the box. But again, it is a minor cosmetic damage. It's a ding. As I always say, if there's got to be a ding on the guitar, let it be somewhere where I don't see it when I'm playing, and I'll never see that when I'm playing, so I'm not going to worry about it. I will be back in coming days to give a further review of this particular guitar, but overall, very pleased. And I have another guitar to do, so I'm just going to say, hasta la vista. We'll be back, give more details on this. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. It is now Monday. It is January the 16th, 2023. I got this guitar a week ago last Tuesday, and I just wanted to do a final quick comment on it and say they are very nice guitars. Again, clearly the spalted maple top is a look that you may or may not be attracted to. As you know, this was the second one that I got, and I prefer this top to the first one just because it's not as busy. But again, out of the box, I've done nothing to this guitar, and believe me, it could really use a new set of strings. The IYV company, like I'm sure all guitar companies, except for maybe the top brands, uses the most inexpensive strings. The frets were a little scratchy, but I've just sort of played through that. Fret ends on this guitar were better than the other one, and other than that, fit and finish on this guitar was just top notch. It did have that tiny little piece of damage on the back from that freaking screw that got stuck in the box and rubbed against the guitar during its whole journey. But the company was very generous and kicked me back $20. So this guitar in total cost me $70. I just can't even imagine where you would get your hands on a guitar that plays as nice as this. You know, and again, I'm sure every component on this guitar is absolutely the most inexpensive, but the Destiny CNC wound pickups sound really good. And again, I've done no adjusting on them. I'm sure a little bit of adjustment up and down to just sort of dial them in and find a tone on the amp. I'm sort of harsh in my judgment. I judge a guitar by how good is it out of the box. The tuners are flimsy, but once you sort of go and go up and down, it goes in tune and it stays in tune pretty darn good. And again, the tone, the feel, the neck profile. I've noticed on these really lightly satin finished necks that the more you play it, the better they feel. They sort of smooth out the oils and schmutz in your hand, starts rubbing back and forth, and it just sort of smooths out. In the beginning, they do feel a little bit rustic, but they smooth out really nice. So again, I believe that I already did, but I'm going to give this guitar 2 thumbs up. Not everybody's taste. Again, I would never make the point of recommending a guitar for anyone. You have to take a chance and stick your neck out. But I'm very pleased with this guitar. So that's it on this one.